For Love of the Game is a series that recognizes Murray State's best and most compelling athletes. We'll explore athletes' careers from their perspective, in their words. These are their stories. On our debut episode, Murray State Soccer's Miyah Watford. Welcome into For Love of the Game. I am sitting here humbly graced by the presence of one of our own, our most compelling student athletes of our women's soccer team, Miyah Watford. We're sitting here in the Murray State Hall of Fame room, a place that she's probably soon going to grace. The season just ended, but I feel like this is probably not going to be the last time we're going to see you on a soccer pitch. Am I correct in thinking that? Or
hopefully everything goes as planned, yes.
So you're finishing up here at Murray State. What do you feel like is next for you professionally, whether it be in athletics or in the professional world?
I want to see if I can play afterwards because it'd be pretty cool. I think if you get the opportunity, not a lot of people receive that opportunity, so I would definitely take it. And then I have a few other jobs offers I want to pursue if the playing afterwards doesn't work either.
For the uninformed, what does the world of especially professional women's soccer look like after people have left college? Because people might know about the NWSL, but not a lot of people probably know about just all the different leagues across the world and all those opportunities.
I do know about the NWSL, like you said, but I think a lot of people, if they don't make it into the NWSL, they also go to overseas, and there's a lot of different places you could go to go overseas and play. Because just because you don't make it to NWSL doesn't mean it's the end of the world. There's plenty of opportunities overseas.
Not only have you really had a well-established career here, but just over the course of your life, where did your passion for soccer really begin?
I started when I was about 4 years old, and I kind of was just good at it because I was faster than everyone else. But I think it started when I first started club soccer. That's when I was I actually like this, and I'm actually kind of good at it, so I should stick with it. It was pretty fun. Well, when I first started, I played in a rec league with boys and girls, and I was always one of the fastest ones. But
so you're beating up on the boys and stuff.
Yeah. But it was mostly, I would say, when I was probably 8 or 10, just because it was different. Playing rec and then playing club was just completely different, and that's when I really fell in love with it when I started playing club soccer.
Were you always destined to play forward, or have you ever played any other positions?
I've always played forward, but a couple times, when we were younger, probably U11, U12, I've played defense just because I was the fastest one, so sometimes they'd just put me in the back line just to stay with the fastest person.
When you look back on this experience you've had here, all the championships, all-time OVC, God knows how many times, leading the program with goals scored in a single season this season, what would you think 10-year-old you that was just running around playing club soccer would say about your accomplishments? Would she just be ecstatic? Would she be come on, Miyah, why aren't you on Team USA already?
I think I'd just be really excited for myself. I didn't really think coming in that, I wanted to make a difference everywhere you go. You always just want to be the person to help the team grow and make a difference. But 10-year-old me wouldn't have thought I would have done as well as I did. I think I said that right.
Some of these road trips you take, 6-hour trips, which is an incredibly long time to be sitting in a bus. What's the Miyah Watford survival guide when you're headed to somewhere like Alabama? Are you throwing up Hulu, Netflix, Spotify? What do you do? Do you have to talk to people and stuff?
So at the beginning, I usually go to Burrito Shack first because I get really hungry as soon as we take off. I know it's really bad, but I love Burrito Shack. And then I'll lay down and try and take a nap. And if I can't take a nap, then I'll put music on, and we usually take movies on the bus, so we watch movies all the time.
What's the best movie they put on?
We've had some good ones. I loved Aquaman, but everyone else hated it. But it's fine. Not a lot of people hated it, but our Ryan, our coach, was like, Maya, this is a terrible movie. And I was like, no, it's not. It's the best movie ever. And I love Transformers, but they never got it. But that's okay.
Love the popcorn action flicks, huh?
Oh, yeah, I love that stuff.
Is there any one moment in particular that you could say from your time here that you would cherish the most?
I definitely think it was my sophomore year when I scored like the winning goal to send us to the NCAA. That was pretty special.
What was the situation then?
So it was 0-0 the entire game. Hattie had a breakaway that was probably going to go in goal, but the girl literally saved it like right off the line. We got a corner kick. Hattie took the corner. And this is overtime. So Hattie took the corner, and then Naomi Devine headed it, and it hit the crossbar, and it literally just landed at my feet. And I was like, I got to finish this. And I just tapped it in, and it was the winning goal, and it was probably the best thing that's happened.
I'm going to show you a surprise here. I got 2 clips for you that I gift from this season. One is of you, and then one you just have to analyze. I'll save that as a surprise. But on this clip right here, first of all, this is very rude. How could you do this to these 2 people? Can you tell us how does this happen, for one? How do you beat a defender and then put the goalkeeper on the ground? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Honestly, I have no idea how I did that. I'm going to be honest. It's kind of funny because a couple days before that game, me and Ryan were out just working. He was like, just throw the ball up in the air and, like, bring it down. I was like, okay, this is the most weirdest thing I've ever done. And then literally, like, that game, everything that we practiced actually ended up happening, and I was like, wow.
Practice making perfect. But I could watch this clip all day. It's disgusting. Like, I mean, that's like what the pros do usually, like with the flip, and then it's going over somebody's head, defenders, like where in the world did you go? And the goal, like, that's not the first time, though. You've put goalkeepers on the ground before. Like, do you just read them, or like where they're going to drop? Where do you think they're going to drop and then go right on by them?
For the most part, it's more of like timing, because I feel like a lot of keepers go to the ground more than they stand up.
Right.
So my goalkeeper, when I was younger, she's been like 6'2" since we were like 8. So trying to score on her is like really hard. So like she actually prepared a lot of us pretty well for college, and just like she was a really good goalkeeper. So we just kind of always, every time we scored on her, we were like, oh yes. And every time we beat her, we'd be like, oh yes, like we did it.
This is my favorite clip from the season. Tell me what's going on here.
Carson literally bulldozed that girl.
I sent it to one of my friends, and he's like, that's not a penalty. I was like, well, she had ball first.
Yeah, she goes in pretty hard. Not in practice, but in other teams, like it's either you're gonna win the ball, or I'm gonna win the ball, or I'm gonna hurt you.
I think I told her, like, that's the greatest hockey play I've ever seen. Do you have any opinion on the game of soccer expanding in America, MLS, NWSL?
I definitely think soccer in USA has expanded, because if you look at like the USA team that we have now, and then look at like all the other teams overseas, I feel like we are a lot more developed. We have a lot more resources to help people grow and like girls grow. And you can see like a lot of people that are starting to get more involved in just like watching soccer. I feel like when I was younger, not a lot of people are like knew the rules, but I'm not like, some of our rules are hard, like offsides, but like a lot of them actually would be like, oh yeah, like I watched a soccer game, it's actually really interesting. Like people used to like, soccer's boring, like I would never watch that, and now like I feel like a lot of people watch it more.
Is there anything you want to tell future students that are, especially student athletes that are coming in? Any advice, anything that's really helped you in your experience, not as far as just, being one of the top competitive athletes here, but also, succeeding in school and just, putting that all together. It's not easy.
Yeah. I'll definitely say time management is probably the best thing you're going to need. Sometimes you will have your moments where you're just like, all right, I just need like my time. And then you'll have moments where you're like just living your life and like just making everyone happy. The 4 years definitely go by fast. We were always talking about like, you remember freshman year, like, and all this and that with our class. Some of the people that you meet, you'll definitely meet some of your best friends. There's a lot of people that you'll cross paths with, and whether it's for good or for bad, it's definitely important that they're in your lives. And your coaches can be very supportive. I would definitely choose a place to go. I would definitely choose a school that, like, your coaches feel like another home, because even though there's some people like Carson who's, I don't know how many hours away from home. She's from California, and, like, that's not an easy drive. I think she's, like, 13, something like that. But definitely choose a place where your coaches make it like home and they actually care about you as a person and not just as an athlete. And then our trainer, Greg, is probably, like, we're all really close. I feel like our team is, like, from the girls to the coaches to the trainer. Like, we just always look out for each other.
Was there anything you told your team after the season ended, whether it be on senior day or at the OVC tournament? Was there any words you spoke with your team that, kind of like a parting gift almost?
No, I haven't said anything to them yet. But I would definitely tell them, like, even though we were a good team this year, I know they're going to be 10 times better next year. And they just have to work hard, and they can win another championship. I mean, our streak is over, but it's time to start a new one, so everything's okay. And they can't be upset from the loss. We got to live and learn.
Man, I'm blessed. I'm humbled for being the first guest for Love of the Game. I think I said that correctly. For being the first guest and For Love of the Game, this is Jonah King with Miyah Watford. Thank you so much.